Good morning, and how are we doing? Hopefully you're all doing well. As you can probably see from the thumbnail and title of this video, it's a bit of a different one today. I'm here all on my own. But I've just sat down and just sorted out all the footage on the laptop. John is over in Tenerife, having a nice week's hollybobs over there. And Mr. Namo is doing some house repairs. And I'm working on my bad boy. I think the last time you've seen this, the pop top and tailgate was getting fitted. There's a few other bits and bobs that I've been putting off and wanting to get done. So that's what today's all about. Now, I did have some issues with some tyres not so long ago. If you've seen the video of me putting the pop top on, it was on different wheels because mine were off getting new tyres put on. But to fit those spare wheels, I had to raise the van up, and yeah, my ride height is completely messed up. But I have got a knocking coming from the front, which I am about 90% sure is the actual shock itself. The bushing that goes on the bottom, I'm pretty sure that's gone, and it's sort of...
What?
So, need to have a look at that. Need to sort out the ride height. I know I've got a snap spring on the back. That needs to be addressed. And what I'm thinking I might do is just raise the van up a little bit and try and sort of maybe have that kind of ride height all the way around. Just to give me a bit of extra ground clearance instead of normally the arch is probably about here. Change those rear springs. Check those front shocks. Probably change them. I've got a full lock set because at the minute they're in the van. I've got this key which unlocks all the doors minus the tailgate because that doesn't lock, but that does all the doors, and then my flip key is just for the ignition. I'm going to change all the locks, and then I'm going to have one key does all. Be nice to actually have just the one key. So I did have a aftermarket set of door locks, which is why all the rest of the doors are on one key, but the ignition barrel, I think it's over here somewhere, the ignition barrel doesn't actually fit. I've actually got a genuine set of door locks, so that will all be getting done. One key does all. Looking forward to that. I have got some rear lights to fit. And I know there's someone else, I'm forgetting it. And if I get time, I've got the wires. You can't see very well in there. Wait there. That'd be a bit better. Now, I have all got the wires that come down, which are the spotlights that are running around here. The spotlights aren't actually in at the minute. I took them out, they're over on my side. I have got the wiring come down for it. And then I have got that wiring, which is off of my switch panel up. So if I can connect all of these up, I can actually have lights in the back now. But most important thing, sort out this ride height. I get to play with this bad boy today. Get to have a day to myself. John's in Tenerife, Di's doing home repairs, and I'm gonna have a play with my van. But then tomorrow, back in doing customer things. I gotta pull this thing forward a little bit and we'll start playing with suspension. Good plan. Also, it's bloody freezing. Alright, let's finish up his coffee, start working on that. See you tomorrow. Well, here we go. So, had a little bit of a tidy up. And the wheel is now off, which is over there. So, the plan is make sure nothing's broken. For starters, but I do need to pull that shock off and the same on the t'other side and actually see why they're knocking and banging, because they shouldn't be. And I'm pretty sure it's the other side is making all the noise. This side was the easiest side to do. If it wasn't the winter, I'd repaint these. So I'm going to get them out. It shouldn't be too bad. Pull that out, pull that 21 out the bottom, get that shock out and see what's happening. And then just double check all the ball joints and everything like that. Put it all back together again. Then what I'll do, I will record me doing this side, because I'll be able to put you by here. Then go on the back, do the rear springs. and then I can put it over the pit and start messing around with the ride height and whatnot. I'm also going to knock some of the camber out as well. Get this done. See you in a bit when it's a bit more done. And welcome back. So I have actually changed the shocks, and I didn't pick the camera up because we had a customer come in, had a chat with him, and then the AA man turned up to drop another van off. Didn't really get a chance to pick the camera up, but this shock is done. That shock is done. That spring is being changed. There is the original one. And I didn't realise how big the new springs I was putting in are. It's gone up a little bit more than I expected. Yeah, she's gone up a bit. The arch was probably about there. So I've sort of gained a little bit more height than I was thinking. And this side I know for a fact the spring is actually snapped. That's sitting a little bit lower than it should do because of that problem. Now I'm going to tackle this side, get that spring swapped out, and then yeah, chuck them over the pit, do an alignment because I have knocked the camber out. I do need to sort the ride height out because gap on this side is maybe 1 finger, and the gap on this side probably near a 3. So this side comes down. Possibly, ish, about. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop my rambling, and we're going to get this side changed. So, before, and there is the after. I've actually got some ground clearance now. Oh, look at me. Let me go turn this music off before I get copyright striked. So, that is all 4 corners done. Relatively happy about that. Bit weird seeing it up so high. So I'm literally going to go and have some lunch because I'd be hungry. Stick it over the pit, just the ride height, just a wee bit. See if we can get it sit a little bit more leveler. Do the tracking. Oh, also, my springs. Another set snapped. I would love to know how many of these I've gone through. Also, look for my old shocks. These are the shocks from the front. If you can see, that bushing is completely blown out. I did get told you can actually get a new bushing kit for these. You can probably see it better like that. And I did get told you can get a new bushing kit. Push them out and put new ones in. If you know about that or know where to get them, please let me know, because the shocks are actually still alright. It's just the bushings on the bottom, which explains where all the banging was coming from. And I will say sorry I'm not filming as much as I probably should, but it's not every day you get to spend the day working on your van, so I'm kind of making the most of it. Anyway, enough of this rambling. I'm going to go and have lunch, go put this on charge, and I'll pick you up when it's time to do some tracking. Well, there's lunch lunched, and now the van has moved. I am about to do my alignment. I need to go down in the pit and get all this lot adjusted. Now I have actually adjusted the camber and whatnot, so I'm not surprised this has thrown everything out massively. Let's get underneath there. Got me some spanners. Well, I didn't bother filming that because didn't really see a lot of point actually filming the alignment, but she's all aligned, and I've lowered this side down because that side a lot higher than this side. So I've just sort of brought them over to match. I'm actually quite enjoying just putting my headphones in and just tackling some stuff. Next job, door locks. So obviously got front 2 doors, fuel cap, glove box, hatch. I do need to obviously just swap over there because that's obviously all been painted. Mine is black. And the ignition barrel. And then I will have 1 key for everything, which is going to be a bit strange, especially including the glove box and fuel cap. That's going to be a weird one. These are easy enough. Just 2 screws, pop that out, put the new one in. The back is also going to be literally just a case of take the old one off and put the new one in. I will have to obviously swap my handle with that handle because I don't really want a blue handle. I know my van's slightly multicolored at the minute, but don't want to quite go that far. One key does all. I'm going to tackle that. Again, I'm not going to film this part because, well, 2 screws, 2 screws, that needs to be swapped over, 2 screws, and then pull that lot apart. I have actually got a video on doing door locks, so if you want to go and see that, I'll put it somewhere. I'm going to get that lot done. Let's get this lot swapped over. Well, I'm not going to lie, I done an absolute piss poor job of recording yesterday, but that is because I was just enjoying getting some stuff done on my van and I just kept forgetting to pick the camera up. So sorry there wasn't a wonderful amount of footage, but I did get all of my door locks out. There's my my original key and my ignition barrel. So now I officially have 1 key for every single lock, so that's a novelty. I didn't manage to fit the fuel cap because this one's got 3 little prongs and they go into 3 prongs on the filler neck. Well, mine doesn't have that. Mine's got just the full circle, probably like this one. Yeah, mine's just got like that, the full circle, not got the little cutouts for those prongs. So it doesn't fit, which is a bit of a shame. And I didn't fit the glove box because I found out the little prongs are actually snapped off of it. So I need to take this lock out and put it into my one, which I will do because it'd be nice to have that. And I will look to see if I can take the lock out of this or somehow make it work. Just be cool just to have a full lock set, fully full. Back on to actually working properly today. Now this van is the one that got dropped off yesterday by the AA, and that is because the gear linkage is not gear linkaging. So it looks like the linkage at the back there is popped out, which means that isn't connecting, which actually changes the gear. So pull all that lot apart, put a new linkage on it, and then this thing will be back on the road again. So that'll probably take me an hour or so because getting the 102 linkage out is a little bit of a faff. That'll be fun. And then chains plates, shocks, limiting straps. I think the only thing we're actually waiting on for this is the bottom ball joint spacer. Need to wait for them to come in, so I'll do everything else and just leave that bottom ball joint spacer out. A couple of things to keep me busy over the next day or two. First things first, I need to get in the pit and start undoing all this linkage and start getting that out so I can press a new one in on the vise. Really hope that thing warms up in a minute because I'm freezing. Well, there's that all done. So this is now completely put back together again. And now on this one, wheel and everything's off, and it is now time to get that chains plates put on, the new shocks put in, and have a look at the springs as well while I'm here. Put that up there like that, bolt in the front bolt, mark the top one and drill that through, and then that'll be done. Well, that went a lot smoother than I was expecting. Did give it a little lick of paint just to sort of make sure it's all sealed up, but ta-da! I am going to leave it slightly disconnected because I need to put some bottom ball joints in, but they haven't got here yet, so I am going to undo this, pop the bottom arm down, and then that'll be ready for when the bottom ball joint does arrive. I'm now going to go over and do the exact same thing to this side. When I get onto the back, I'll pick you guys up and I'll show you that bit, so see you when we get there. So there we go, kind of got a little bit more done than I thought I was going to get done, and I didn't pick a camera up for it. I have got Both sides done. As I said, I'm not putting a bottom bolt through the shock because still needs bottom ball joints, but that's done. And I did start making my way around the back. And as you can see, the shock's in, the spring's in. And on the other side, shock is out, spring is out. Just need to fit the new spring and shock. Now, most of the actual shock is connected, but I have got some limit straps that I need to fit. Wrap the limit strap up, put it up around the top, and that will be connected. Probably just up here, or I might drill a hole in here. Not sure yet. The other side is a lot easier because you connect to the bottom of the shock, which is actually there, and then you use this bolt, and then that's where the limit strap connects to. So that is nice and easy. And then this one is done. So I'm going to get all of this lot put on. I will try and actually put the camera up. Unfortunately, it's a bit dark because I'm not opening the shutter because it's damn cold, and I want to try and keep as much warmth in as possible. I'll try and put you on a little tripod over here somewhere ish. You can have a little watch of this. Sorry if it's a bit dark. Like I said, I'm not opening that shutter to get any light in here, so I'm gonna get those limit straps done. Right, let's get you on a tripod and get this van done. So tripod. Right, there we go. So that went smoothly enough. Limiting straps are all in where they need to be. Shocks are all on. Happy days. Just need to wait for drop links. And then that is diddly dead. Kettle on. I'll see you in a second when I get that thing changed. Well, there's that done. Unfortunately, the camera decided that it didn't want to have any more battery left. So, yeah, that was fun. But happy about that little lot's gone. And I am sorry I didn't get as much footage as I would have probably have liked. But managed to get a few little jobs ticked off, which is always quite nice. So, can't really complain. And I managed to do quite a bit on my van. I have got a new set of lights that I need to fit, which I still haven't done, but it is what it is. They'll always be here for next time. I think that's everything. So yeah, sorry for a bit of a slower paced video than normal, but something's better than nothing. Anyway, I'm gonna put this down and get myself gone. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up because it does massively help grow the channel. The more the channel can grow, the more I can do videos. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my dumbass. And as always, take it easy.